Good morning, everyone, and welcome. We are now ready to begin the investiture ceremony for the 2019 recipients of the Order of the Northwest Territories. My name is Tim Mercer. I'm the Clerk of the Legislative Assembly of the Northwest Territories and the Secretary to the NWT Honors Advisory Council, and I will serve as Master of Ceremonies for today's events. Before the entry of the Commissioner into the Chamber, I want to take this opportunity to welcome the attendance in the gallery of Mr. Anthony W.J. Whitford, former Commissioner of the Northwest Territories, former Speaker, Minister, Member, Sergeant-at-Arms, and a member of the Order of the Northwest Territories. Welcome, Mr. Whitford. I will now ask our Sergeant-at-Arms to escort the Honourable Margaret Tom, Commissioner of the Northwest Territories and Chancellor of the Order of the Northwest Territories, into the Chamber. Please rise and remain standing for the singing of the National Anthem and the recital of the prayer once the Commissioner has taken her place in the Chamber.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Quand ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Sono sento di lana zende guanati. Dizega da zende ho zed siande. Da zon duna kego ke kwanda hatsan gyuzande. Asinat shage no hai taunde. Da Ora NWT studio da Hudson da ge no hai ta. Zon dizega da dun tlangus ne de gudanati ze finde ne ge na ginde da zin wonde ayana ze kha studio da suna sin. Ze fingo ke go ay hian ze kha studio da suna sin. Amen.
Please be seated. The Order of the Northwest Territories was established in 2013 by the Territorial Emblems and Honors Act to recognize individuals who have served with the greatest distinction and excelled in any field of endeavor benefiting the people of the Northwest Territories or elsewhere. It is the highest honor awarded exclusively to residents and former residents of the Northwest Territories. Recipients of the Order will receive a medal, a pin, and letters patent signed by the Chancellor of the Order and stamped with the seal of the Northwest Territories. A member of the Order is legally entitled to use the initials ONWT after their name, which signifies membership in the Order. So far, the following individuals have been inducted into the Order: former Commissioner George L. Tuckero, Mr. Bruce Green, Mrs. Lucy Jackson, Mr. Sonny McDonald, Mr. Gino Pinn, Mrs. Ruth Spence, Mr. John B. Zoe, Ms. Nellie Cornway, Mrs. Jan Sterling, Mr. Anthony W.J. Whitford, Dr. Marie Wilson, who has also joined us in the gallery today, Mr. Paul Andrew, Mr. Russell King, Ms. Linda Cooey, Mr. Jeff Phillip, Mr. Tom Zubko, Mr. Fred Carmichael, Commissioner Margaret Tom, Mr. Les Carpenter, Mrs. Lillian Elias, and Ms. Sharon Firth. When the order was first established, these were exactly the caliber of individuals that were thought of as most deserving of our highest honor, and this stands true with our inductees today. I will ask each of this year's inductees recipients to remain seated until I call them to come forward, and we'll begin with Mrs. Lyda Fuller. Mrs. Fuller is a resident of Yellowknife and is nominated for her work in public service. Lyda has dedicated her life and career to helping women and families. She is the executive director of the YWCA NWT and is an advocate for services and programs that increase the safety of women and families throughout the North. Lyda understands the power of collaboration and partnerships. She makes regular visits to Parliament Hill, is an advocate for better housing in the Northwest Territories, and for better support for women experiencing violence. Lyda is known across Canada for her work with women and families and has been formally recognized with the NWT Wise Women Award, Cleta Herman Award, and the Woman of the Year Award. She has helped strengthen not only the YWCA shelter in Yellowknife, but also those in Hay River, Fort Smith, Inuvik, Tuktoyaktuk, and the YWCA Agvik in Nunavut. Lyda's determination, persistence, dedication, and experience has changed the lives of women and families across the NWT and Canada. She has played a key role in shaping the success of the NWT-YWCA to provide needed services for the NWT's most vulnerable people. Healthy women and families mean healthy communities, and Lyda is an inspiring role model who finds creative solutions to what can seem like impossible challenges. Mrs. Fuller, please come forward. Mrs. Lyda Fuller, Order of the Northwest Territories. Mr. Joe McBryan. Mr. McBryan is a resident of Hay River and is nominated for his work in business and aviation. Joe McBryan, also known as Buffalo Joe, has been in business for over 50 years in the competitive aviation market, flying a fleet of DC-3s and DC-4s in the Northwest Territories. His generosity has helped families in need, provided sports teams and schools with discounted fares, and assisted elders when they were short on airfare. Joe is passionate about the North, its people, and its potential. His approach is to invest in our people and our northern businesses. Ice Pilots NWT made Buffalo Airways and Buffalo Joe a household name, and 6 seasons later has brought tourists to meet Joe and see his amazing fleet of aircraft. Mr. McBryan started Joe's aviation school in Yellowknife and trained a number of individuals as aircraft technicians. All of Joe's last graduation class now work at Buffalo Airways. Joe's contribution to the life and culture of the people of the Northwest Territories is embodied in the type of person he is and what he and his businesses do for the people of the North. His generosity oftentimes goes unnoticed, and it is only through Buffalo Joe stories that he gets the recognition that he deserves. Unfortunately, Joe could not be here today to attend the induction ceremony, and accepting the order on his behalf is his son, Mr. Mikey McBryan. Mikey, would you please come forward? Mr. Joe McBryan, Order of the Northwest Territories.
Mr. Mercer. Greetings, respected elders, distinguished guests, friends, family, and colleagues. It is indeed my pleasure to be here today to present these honors awards to such outstanding individuals from the Northwest Territories. This award is a very high honor, and it gives me such great feeling of pride to present it to such deserving individuals who give of themselves unselfishly, and I know they will continue to work to benefit all Northerners and the Northwest Territories. I proudly congratulate each of you, and please know that I sincerely appreciate the work that you do and will continue to do. Masicho, Kwani, Kuana, merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner. This marks the end of today's investiture ceremony. The next call for nominations will be open in the new year. Please go to the Legislative Assembly website to find more information about the order. I will now ask everyone to please rise for the departure of the Commissioner. Please join us in the Great Hall of the Legislative Assembly right now for refreshments, and I would ask the recipients of the order to please remain in the chamber for official photographs. That concludes our ceremony today. Thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you next time.